What if I told you that a player standing just 1.85 meters tall is turning heads and shaking up the game for the Boston Celtics? Pritchard has been a game changer, proving that his impact goes far beyond just shooting threes. As we dive into the latest highlights of his performance, you won't want to miss how he's redefining what it means to be a key contributor for this team. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video to stay on top of all things Celtics. Pritchard is becoming an essential piece for Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics, and I have to say, his recent performance has been nothing short of electrifying. Just look at what he did in that fourth quarter against the Pistons. 12 points and 3 rebounds when it mattered most. It's moments like these that make you realize just how impactful he can be. Mazzulla clearly appreciates what Pritchard brings to the table, noting his ability to make plays, grab offensive rebounds, and push the pace. Now, let's talk about Mazzulla ball for a second. There's a common misconception that it's all about flooding the court with three-point attempts, but it's much more nuanced than that. Offensively, it's about creating the best shot possible. In this Celtics team, they have an incredible shooting talent that we may never see again in the NBA. When you combine that shooting talent with elite playmakers, it results in the highest three-point shooting percentage in league history. But here's the thing, it's not just about the threes. The Celtics dominate in other areas too. They can hit you from beyond the arc, but they also crash the boards and get to the free throw line. Even in games where their three-point shots aren't falling, they find ways to win. Just look at their perfect record of 5-0 in games where they shoot below 34% from three. That's clutch. This is why Mazzulla emphasizes Pritchard's impact beyond just shooting. He's not just a scorer, he's a game changer. His ability to snag offensive rebounds is remarkable, especially given his height. Standing at 1.85 meters, Pritchard is a bit undersized, but he plays with heart and tenacity. Over the past 25 years, among players who are 1.88 meters or shorter, he ranks 6th in offensive rebound percentage. That's quite an achievement, especially when you consider the names ahead of him. Legends like Rajon Rondo and Gary Payton II. Pritchard has been making waves since he joined the Celtics in 2020. Collecting those crucial offensive rebounds isn't new for him. It's just part of his game. When you blend his rebounding prowess with his explosive scoring ability, you've got one of the most impactful bench players in the NBA. But here's where it gets interesting. How does this affect the Celtics' future and our championship hopes? You have to ask yourself, is Mazzulla ball the right approach for this team moving forward? Do we believe in the strategy that prioritizes shot creation and maximizing offensive potential? Personally, I'm torn. Part of me admires the aggressive style of play and the emphasis on offensive rebounds. But I also wonder about the long-term sustainability of this approach, especially in high-stakes playoff scenarios. And let's not forget the emotional roller coaster involved in being a Celtics fan. Every game is a mix of hope, frustration, and excitement. I know I'm not alone in feeling the weight of our expectations as we chase that elusive 18th championship banner. So, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the direction the Celtics are heading? Are you as excited about Pritchard's development as I am? Kristaps Porzingis recently showered praise on Jaylen Brown, calling him a beast. And after the Celtics' impressive 130-120 victory over the struggling Detroit Pistons, it's hard not to agree. With Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday sidelined, Brown took center stage, nearly recording a triple-double with 28 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. This performance is a continuation of what we've seen from him, especially after his MVP run in the finals last season. However, it's worth noting that Brown is currently battling through some offensive struggles and has the lowest efficiency of his career, largely due to a nagging hip injury. Yet, he's evolving as a playmaker, averaging more assists than ever before. His 9 assists against Detroit were just too shy of his career best, showcasing that he's not just a scorer, but a facilitator as well. Coach Joe Mazzulla highlighted Brown's growth, noting how he processes the game in real time and adapts to defensive adjustments. What impresses me most about Brown is his relentless drive and ability to read defenses. He's not your typical flashy dribbler, but rather a missile on a mission, strong, fast, and always scanning the floor for opportunities. Mazzulla pointed out how Brown has improved in dictating the pace and finding the shots he wants. This is a clear indication that he's not just relying on raw talent. He's putting in the work every day to refine his game. And let's talk about his improved decision-making. In the game against the Pistons, Brown recognized that he was attracting multiple defenders, and instead of opting for the easy pass to Porzingis, he found Al Horford for a high-percentage three. That's the maturity we want to see from a player who's stepping into a more significant role on this team. Brown himself acknowledged that experience is a great teacher, and he's taking full advantage of it as he matures in his game. Now, the chemistry between Brown and Porzingis is something to keep an eye on. After Brown connected with him for an alley-oop, Porzingis remarked about Brown's ability to make the right play for the team. When Brown is fully engaged, he can dominate games on both ends of the floor, and that's what makes him one of the best players in the league. But I must admit, even with all these positives, I have my reservations. While Brown is finding his groove as a playmaker, he's still searching for the right balance between creating for his teammates and asserting himself as a scorer. There were moments in the game where he could have passed to open shooters but opted to take it to the rim himself, like during that explosive dunk on Isaiah Stewart. Was that the right call? It definitely got the crowd buzzing, but was it the most strategic decision? I think that's the question we need to grapple with as fans. Brown is undoubtedly talented, but as we watch him develop, it's essential to consider how he can best serve the team. Will he strike the perfect balance between being a scorer and a facilitator? As we look towards the future, the decisions the Celtics make around Brown and the rest of the roster will be critical. The potential is there, and with the right adjustments, this team could be poised for a deep playoff run. So, what do you think? Is this the right path for Jaylen Brown and the Celtics? I'm honestly torn. On one hand, I see the growth and potential, but on the other, I worry about the consistency and execution. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Drop your opinions in the comments below. How do you feel about Brown's role on the team? Are we seeing the best version of him? Or is there more to come? Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow Celtics fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our updates. And remember to hit that notification bell to stay in the loop with all things Celtics.